Hello and welcome back to a brand new Connective3 video. Today I'm joined by Claire and Sarah.
Hi everybody, I am Sarah Byrne. I'm Director of Agencies and Partners with Google.
And I'm Claire Stanley-Manock. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Connective3.
So we're going to be talking about growing brand in 2025. So first of all, with the stagnation of many markets such as home improvement, what do you recommend for driving continued growth in brands?
What do I think? Okay, I think let's take the home improvement sector a bit of inspiration. If you think of your brand as a house, right, and the market's stagnant, giving it a new paint job isn't really going to cut it, right? You need to think about how you do something really unique with the house. You know, what's your extension? What's your new offering? Is there a hidden room that you can make available to people in a new way? Like, what are the new audiences that you can attract? You really have to push yourself to innovate and to start to think more creatively so that you build more connections, I guess, with people. So I think when you think about connections, that really comes down to more personalization, more unique experiences, and make yourself better connected and more memorable, I think, to your customers.
For sure.
And I think if people aren't searching as much, then you need to take that inspiration to them. And that can be in the form of things like video and more imagery and things that will really sort of spark that thought of, oh, I'd really love a new kitchen, or I'd really love to do up my bedrooms, for example. But I think we're in a different position in the market these days, whereby if people are a little bit pulling back on that sort of thing because they have a little bit less funds to go around, then rather than thinking of yourself as competing against someone else in the home improvement space, you're actually competing against people in the travel space. You know, how to get people to want a new kitchen versus going on holiday that year. And therefore we need videos and content and all that inspirational stuff that shows how that new kitchen can impact your life on an everyday basis, whether that's people having dinner parties or showing the family at the dinner table and making people go, I really want to spend my money on that.
Yeah.
And I love the mindset as well. So I think, you know, when you are in a stagnant market, you need to think differently. And I think, how do you develop that curiosity in your team? Like, how do you really force yourselves to think differently? So if you're running a brand or a team that's in the sports market, are you looking at the beauty market? Like, where are you getting your inspiration from? Looking to your direct competitors, you know, to your point, Claire, is never going to give you the best new answer. You really need to think differently about it.
No, I love that. I love that angle for sure. So TV has definitely been a staple in brand campaigns literally forever. But do you think you can grow a brand using just the Google stack?
What do you think I'm going to say? Yes, you can. Look, Google, okay, I think of Google's like its own galaxy, right? It has 5 platforms, more than 2 billion users, the vast majority of whom are logged in at any given moment. And you have this incredible collection of planets almost to bring people on a tour of, right? If you think about YouTube alone, YouTube reaches more 18 to 49-year-olds than all linear TV networks combined.
Wow.
Right? The reach is staggering. The average person in the UK makes between 3 and 4 searches a day, right? The scale of the Google galaxy that's there is just unrivaled, and it just gives an incredible opportunity to brands. But I think as well, the connectedness of the platforms is what's really important and helps you build your brand so brilliantly, because you can really tap in to the power of each platform to find those audiences, but then connect with them as they move between all of those platforms on a daily basis. And it also gives you as a brand the ability to measure all of the marketing KPIs that you'd want to measure as the customer moves around and through that journey, from building your brand and brand awareness through the consideration phase all the way through to purchase. So I'm going to make the case for Google that yes, you can build your brands on the Google Galaxy.
Yeah, sure. I'd absolutely agree with everything Sarah just said. But yeah, I think that the storytelling power of things like YouTube combined with Google's search and intent knowledge behind it means you can reach the right person with the right message on the right platform, and now you can get it on the big screen. And it's not just about mobile, it's about actually getting YouTube in the in the living room on the big TV with the whole sort of family sat around it and things, which is very, very different and is much more akin to TV. So the growth of CTV, I think, is massive. And then when I look at my kids, they have their face stuck in their tablets or their mobiles or whatever they have, and they're pure YouTubers. And that's all they look at, really. So I think that whole idea of building a brand on YouTube is only going to get more and more important, or the ability to build a brand on YouTube is going to get easier and easier as the younger generations get older and become more, have that power to purchase.
Do you know, something to build on that, Claire, I think you said is really interesting. We talk about YouTube and video versus linear TV. Fundamentally, TV behavior hasn't changed, right? We still sit in our living rooms.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we watch content on a TV screen. It's just what we're watching on that box has changed, right? And if you look at the sheer volume of what's being consumed, like YouTube is the #1 streaming platform now on TV. That was verified by Nielsen earlier this year. And we're consuming like 800 million hours of YouTube on connected TV a day. That's the equivalent of watching 17 times the Netflix global catalogue over.
Wow.
That's insane.
Like, it's just every single thing on Netflix 17 times every single day. And that's the kind of volume of content. But the behavior hasn't changed. And so like 1 in 4 people are watching YouTube these days with other adults in the room. So we still sit around a TV in the social way that we used to. It's just where that content is coming from through the big screen that's changed.
And I just love to touch on something Sarah said earlier about the power of like brand performance and the idea that you can place those videos, but you can also measure them. And I think that's something TV's always really sort of struggled with, and being a digital marketer, you're always challenged on, but what's that delivered? And being able to do the brand lift studies, the search lift studies, the conversion lift studies, really helps look at what performance those almost like TV ads have driven, which then just makes us able to spend budget more effectively, which I think is every CFO's dream.
Yeah, no, for sure. So what are your top tips for driving performance with YouTube/demand gen?
Good creative. It's got to be good creative. And really take time to understand what your audience cares about. Maybe the objections they have, the motivations. We do a lot with the social biases and people, and the one that we found works best out of everything is social proof. So if you look at the social proof, you have like 5 stars against everything. You have which Best Buy logos, you have free delivery and all those different things. And it's really hard for a customer to actually go, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with something else. And I think with video, you get that space to really demonstrate the product as well. So I'd say lean into the social biases is a really key one. Tell a story. Use emotion. Emotion's like the #1 thing that makes us buy over and above all those different logical things. And I guess that's why the social biases work really well. But yeah, tell a story, but a story that your audience wants to hear.
I completely agree. And storytelling, you know, we study an awful lot of this behavior, but branded content with storytelling drives viewership up by as much as 80%. So storytelling is incredibly powerful. The other thing I would say alongside creative is to know your audience.
Yeah.
Classic marketing behavior, but know your audience like the back of your hand. You know, what do they want to hear? You know, what really makes them tick? What emotion is really going to connect with them? And then I'd also say adapt like a chameleon, right? Learn, test, and go again. And again, I wouldn't be a Googler if I wasn't giving you some facts, but the power of A/B testing here is really important. And A/B testing, we've seen it drive up to as much as 30% improved conversion rates. So constantly testing that creative, refining and getting that message really bang on.
Yeah,
I think just to build on that, completely agree. But have different motivations and different visuals or different feelings in your ads to hit different audiences, and let the algorithms learn and deliver the right message to the right person at the right time. We don't need to have a one-size-fits-all. Iteration, absolutely, but don't iterate against one set, iterate against 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets. And to put it another way, sort of fail fast, I guess.
Yeah.
And learn.
Love it. I heard someone describe YouTube or videos in general recently as kind of think of it like a wardrobe. Like you have your classics, and then you're constantly reintroducing, you know, little bits of color on top of that and trying to keep things fresh.
No, I love that. I love that take on it for sure. So, final question, how do you see the future of YouTube Shorts developing in the ad space?
This is such an exciting question.
It is. YouTube Shorts is just a wealth of opportunity, and I think that the developments of the partnership ads is the biggest thing for me, because then you get to really link that influencer world with the advertising world and sort of show those partnerships and drive that forwards, because everybody wants, and what we're finding works a lot of the time is that organic content, and influencers saying something about your brand is much, much, much more powerful than the brand saying it themselves. So to then couple those two things together, it is brilliant. And then also you can build the audiences off all that upper funnel activity and all those beautiful influencer and brand partnership views, drive it down and activate those audiences into sales.
I would say shorts are like little fireworks. Like they're really short, they're powerful, they attention grab, but they're becoming more and more immersive. And so I think looking at where shorts will go next, I think shoppable experiences will be really key. So it's a bit of a creative playground, and people are playing around at the moment with how you use the kind of immersive experience. But I think, shoppable will be a nice example of how we take them next level. But they have a huge, huge future. And I think the engagement, like the ability to engage with shorts, introduces a whole new dimension into the Google stack. And I think that's really powerful as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, that was really interesting. Thank you so much, Sarah and Claire, for joining us. And if you'd like to find out more about our paid performance offerings at Connected3, please visit connected3.com.